Well, hey guys, welcome back to the homestead and welcome back to Seed Saving Wednesdays. A couple of things I want to kind of go over today. First off, understand I am not an expert at seed saving, but this is just kind of the journey I wanted to take us along to kind of see what happens in the process of going. And the thing I want to focus on today is making sure you pay attention to the changes that take place in your plants when you're trying to get them to the point to where you're going to harvest the seeds. Especially if it's a plant that you've not saved seeds from before. And I've got a few of them on here that I've definitely never even attempted to save seeds. So let me turn you around. We'll start out with the star of the show is the Nebula Carrots. And we'll kind of go around from there and I'll get a chance to talk about some of the different changes that you see in the plants and what to pay attention to. So let me turn you around to get this show started. Okay, so here's the black Nebula carrot. This is actually at several different stages right now. You've got stuff from the small ones here that are just kind of starting to open up to the ones up here that are kind of flat. You got ones over here that are kind of changing purple. And you kind of starting to show their forms. When we move on over, some of these are still a lot of the newer ones, and that's a brand new bud right there. Kind of make sure it's just kind of starting to form. And you've got the white one over there that looks like the flowers are fully formed. I think this guy, as he's gotten older, has just put on more and more and more heads. And so there should be a lot of flowers and stuff from it. Now that's kind of one of the things from there. And then we've got here several of the rutabagas are going to seed. But I want to take you over here to the big boy. If you'll notice on here, let me see if I can. We've got all of these little side things coming up. They start out as a little group like that, but then they continue to go up and put up all these side things. And if you can see here, they put off kind of like a little bean pod. And I've seen this on other videos, and what I've been told, brassicas kind of put out is a little bean pod kind of thing, and that's what those are going to be. And each one of those, as they get bigger and you dry them out, and they dry out, will be the seeds for the rutabagas. And so we'll be able to harvest all those later. So that's kind of the process of what it's looking like as it continues to go to seed and goes, go to flower and stuff, and goes through its life cycle. And so we've got like this one over here. It's got several coming up on it, and then that one there. So that's the Nebula carrots and the rutabagas. Now let me take you over here to the orange carrots before I show you the star of the show on this one. We want to take a look at the way they're changing and what they look like when they're starting to change. So what a regular carrot kind of looks like is like that right there. Let me see if I can get you up to where my hand is. Here we go. That's kind of what you typically see as a regular carrot at the base when it's growing. But this one right next to it, on the other hand, it's starting to get little spines on it and stuff, and its stalk is significantly larger. And if you get this one back here in the back, if you can, hopefully I can get some of this through here. It starts putting on these little side sheets like this, and just kind of starts sprouting out. And then you got this one over here that is actually starting to form a little flower head right there. And you can see how it's got the bigger stalk coming up. It's been changing over time. They've put out these side bigger runners kind of deals here, and it finally came up, put on the flower head there. It looks like it's probably gonna have some more coming in there. So when you start seeing the changes in the plant, that's when you can start, telling that it's getting ready to go ahead and bolt on you and go to seed. And it's kind of looks like that's what you want to start looking for. Now, taking that into consideration, let's bring a third plant into this. So these are my beets. And these are probably ready to get harvested, those there. Now you notice how low those are. And then we've got this guy. Now I've never seen beets go to seed, but like the carrots, they're a second year thing. So if we notice the change here though, they put up some tall stalks. And whereas these guys are all single leaves coming up, these are starting to put out stalks. They're putting out suckers in between. They're putting out multiple leaves up top. They've got several different branches coming out and they're getting tall. So my guess, now like I said, I've not seen beets go to seed before. So my guess is those are getting ready to actually bolt, and so we'll bolt and go to seed. And we'll kind of follow this along and actually kind of see what happens. What does a beet look like when it goes to seed? So hopefully this does that, and we're able to harvest some seeds and have some for next season. And then here's another carrot over here. It's a good example also of what I'm talking about. It's not put off a flower head yet, but you can see it's got all the signs that the other one over there has. So I'm going to probably come in this weekend and harvest all the ones that aren't bolting. I've got, all it's going to take is 2 or 3 of these to flower, and I'll have enough seeds to last for a lifetime, I think. And then I've got the onions over here. This one, you notice, is actually starting. Okay, I don't know what just happened there, but so this one looks like it's starting to open up, and it's going to be producing a flowering head soon. I'm sure most people have seen what it looks like to put on a for an onion to flower, but we'll make a big old ball, and we'll follow that along as it goes too. We'll see about harvesting some seeds when those are ready as well. We got that one. We got this one here. Even though these were started from seeds, again, this is the thought. I started these from seed fall of last year and put them in about the same time as I did the garlic. And I'm seeing way more of these bolt than what I anticipated. So it tells me I should not have left them in here over the winter and let them, go through the winter cycle. I should have waited till the spring, maybe planted them inside, and then put them out here. So that's kind of where we're at with that. We'll also bring you along all this garlic that I have here. I actually planted that from the garlic I grew last year and had some left over and planted this entire patch. So we'll kind of also bring you along on that, because that'll be next year's garlic seeds as well, and it'll, you can just plant the bulbs. And as I'm looking over here, we've also got several stalks of wheat that has come up in there. Let me see if I can. Yeah, we got several of those that have come up in here, and it's all mixed throughout the garlic. So that'll be interesting to see how that does as well. So that's kind of the tour of the seed saving today. And so that's the tour of seed saving today. I kind of wanted to just show you pay attention to your plants. You know, everybody's expecting and knows what they look like to a certain point, and then when they start making some significant changes and there's a difference in the plant, then you know it's going through a stage. And in this case, all of these guys are starting to go to seed. So we'll follow along in this journey, and we'll see if we can save seeds together and bring them through the entire process. So anyway, God bless. Hope you have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you on the next video.